Sup, sippers? Welcome to Sippin' Spiral, where we take a deep dive into the wonderfully ordinary. From the tiny quirks of everyday life to the big questions we all pretend to have the answers to. We will explore it all with equal parts curiosity, chaos, and a good laugh. Because sometimes the best way to make sense of life is to spiral about it. So grab your coffee, your wine, or whatever is fueling your day, and let's wander through this life one absurd thought at a time. Hey, Wendy.
What's up, Sarah?
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm
Great.
just enjoying the day. Some sunshine.
That's lovely. We've got a little bit of rain here.
Bummer.
What you sipping on?
There is nothing better than sunshine, going into a holiday weekend, and a crisp Sauv Blanc. What are you sipping on?
I am sipping on a crisp Baja Blast, and it is delicious.
Ugh. Did you get a box of tacos to accompany it?
No, I did get a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Ooh,
It was
so good.
It was a game time decision, but it was top notch.
There are a few people in the world that love Taco Bell as much as we do.
Very few.
Yeah. The Sauv Blanc will heal my soul a little bit today, but Baja Blast, you win.
I mean, the Taco Bell slapped today. That's for sure.
All right. Let's get into the week.
Let's get into it.
So there's some big news in the world. We are entering my favorite season of the year because as of now, there are only 4 things I care about, and they all start with the letter B. Don't talk to me unless it's Browns, Buckeyes, Bravo, or Bottles. Wrong order. Buckeyes, Bottles, Bravo, Browns, question mark? That's all I care about. Bottles, wine bottles, beer bottles, whatever the bottle is. We are in football season. This is it. Reality TV, some of my favorite Bravo Housewives. Salt Lake City's coming back. Miami's on right now. OC's in it. Like this is the Super Bowl for me for the next 4 to 5 months. I'm in it. I'm all in. So my level of excitement is a bajillion out of 10. I'm ready to go.
The trailer for Potomac Housewives just dropped, and it is
Oh, did it?
chaotic. It's
I haven't watched
chaotic.
it yet.
So I support the 4Bs with a slight change out. The Buckeyes, Bravo, Bottles, and Bengals. But we can
We
agree
are
to
opposite
disagree.
sides of the fence. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah. I definitely watch football on Saturday. That's my big day. But I enjoy the NFL just for like the environment. It doesn't run my Sundays, but if it's on, I'm watching it. And that's the team that I'm watching. So speaking of NFL, do you do fantasy football?
I have. I don't currently.
This is the first year that I'm ever doing it.
I have a hot take on fantasy football.
Let's hear it.
I watch a lot of games. We have Sunday Ticket, Red Zone. We'll have the Browns on one TV. If for people who don't know me, we are a 2 TV system the whole time. So there are 2 TVs in my living room the entire football season. It'll start tonight, which is the Thursday before Labor Day when we're talking. I have Red Zone and the Browns on one. So we watch the majority of games, especially big plays, the entire football season. When I did fantasy football, I found myself like rooting for plays to happen that maybe weren't in the best interest of the Browns. So like if they were playing a team, but I had that fantasy player, I'd be like, oh, the Browns lost, which of course they're going to lose every game. But my fantasy guy got me this many points, and it felt so cringy to me as a fan with loyalty to my fandom. The fantasy isn't it for me. And then you got to do your team. And then it's 9 a.m. and you're like, did I set my team? Is this player hurt? Is that like, it's too much. I do not have the time or mental capacity to handle it. That's my hot take. I'll be interested to see how you like it.
I think that your hot take on fantasy is switching to another sport. I think that's why I enjoy March Madness, is because it gives me a reason to cheer for another team. So it will be interesting to see how I like it while I'm trying to root for my own team in football. I also don't watch NFL as much. Like, I don't really care about the other games. So I feel like the first couple weeks I'll be really into it and I'll think it's great. And then I'll be like, it's 9 a.m. and I do not care.
Yeah. I don't
And
care who has a broken toe.
I will probably make 2 changes the first couple weeks, and then I will not touch my team again.
Yeah.
And I
just
will
like
hope
March
for the best.
Madness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you follow it the first 2 first full weekend, and then you're like, "It doesn't matter anymore."
Yeah.
Um, well, I hope you enjoy it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes. Um, so I used a word that sparked something for me that we've been
Okay,
talking about. I'm ready to spiral on a thing. Grab your Baja Blast. Let's take a
let's
nice,
spiral.
refreshing sip. Cheers. So this has been around for a couple years. I think it's what the kids call like a trend 2 years ago, which means now I'm catching on to it because I'm the least cool thing in the world. But I have some thoughts on the concept of millennial cringe. We are
Okay,
millennials. I am 42 years old, born in 1983, which is 2 years into the millennial generation. So I am a very, very old millennial. Some might call me an elder millennial, geriatric millennial, but I'm a millennial. And now I see it's common vocabulary for kids in generation next, insert letter here. I don't even actually know, to say things that we did or do as that's millennial cringe. And it gets me a little bit. Like, how dare you? How dare you? What are your thoughts?
how dare you?
How dare you?
I have seen the phrase millennial cringe is new to me, and maybe that's cringy. But I have seen a lot of things in today's society that make me cringe by the young kids these days. So I am ready to dive in deep to
Go,
what
let's go.
millennial cringe is. And I
Let's go.
am ready to defend the 80s for when we were born and how we have paved the path for these kids these days to call us
Kids
millennial
these days.
cringe.
Kids these days. All right, get into it.
So let's get into it. So I have a list of the top 10 most common millennial cringes. I don't know if millennial
Cringe.
cringe is a verb. Is it a noun? Like, I don't, is it an adjective? I don't know what we're doing here, but let me know in the comments. Okay. So the, the top 10 millennial cringies. What do you think if you had to pick 3, what do you think they would be? And I'll tell you if they're on this list. I
Okay,
had to
good. Yeah,
Google
good,
what
good.
a millennial cringe was.
Yeah, yeah. You're not on the tickety talks, which is what I think the kids call it. I think millennial cringe, there's 3 that come to mind, and I don't know if these are accurate. I think side parts is one thing that's like you can tell if they're a millennial by the way they part their hair, which we'll see if it's on the list. The face that we make when we're dancing, like we're like angry or like I don't know. If you went to college in the 2000s, you know what face I'm talking about. You have lines and wrinkles because of it. And then I think the third might be Googling what millennial cringe is and making a list. No, I think the third would be, oh, that's hard. Yeah, I'm going to do 2.5.
Okay.
Did I get any right?
Yes, you got one. You know, the dance face is interesting because I know exactly what you're talking about. And I think th- the, I'm sorry, but the dance face that us millennials, elder millennials make, is way better than the scheduled dances that you're learning through your phone.
I didn't have to have anybody show me a dance to do it. I just did it. I just danced.
I just danced. I think this is where we play like Lady Gaga's like Just Dance sound clip. But okay, so of the 3 that you suggested or that you called out, one of them is on the list. Although Googling slang is should probably be on here. So slang is on here, but it's not specific to Googling what they mean. Okay, so the one that you got right is the side. Listen, it came in as number 2, and I feel attacked because it is side parts and skinny jeans together.
Oh,
And I rock both of those.
yeah.
So I feel attacked and I feel seen. So side parts and skinny jeans is number 2 on the list.
Can we talk about
Um,
side parts real quick though? Like
yeah,
when it comes to a side part, we forced our hair into the trend of a smart side part. Like I wasn't born with I don't know. I now have a colic though. Like I couldn't change my part if I wanted to because I've trained my hair for 42 years to part on the side. So have at it. I also don't care. It looks better.
I don't
Hashtag it
care
looks better.
either.
It looks
It
better.
looks better, and nobody's face is symmetrical. And I would argue that the side part, the elder millennials were the original influencers because I have influenced my hair to only go in one direction. And when I go and get my hair cut, and my hairdresser can just push my hair one way and it falls into the part that it needs, like that is the hard part in my life that I need.
That's right.
Men get like hard parts where they kind of like buzz their head in a part so it is a really like crisp, clean line. I don't need
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
My hair has been influenced to flow in the way that it needs to.
Yeah, agreed. It looks great too. What else was on the
Okay,
list? I'm
so
dying.
do you want me to start with the most cringy or the least cringy of the 10?
Least. And I'll give you a
Least cringy.
thumbs up, middle, or down based on what you say.
Okay. The least cringy, but still made the top 10 list, is the French tuck.
Oh, is that the front tuck?
The front tuck off to the side. So it's like part of
Oh,
your shirt is tucked in, but still kind of hangs down. So it's not like directly in the middle.
I've never done that, so I can get on board with that being cringy because I've actually never done it.
I mean, I do it. Shocking. I do it. Um, I could go either way with it. I mean, it's a fashion trend.
I'm here.
I feel like it's hard to say, like this is cringy because fashion is going to come back around.
Yeah,
We are coming back to the 90s. So things that were cringy then. Okay, so that one
here, I'll
I'm
get that
okay
one
with.
here. Yeah, I'm okay with that
Yeah.
one.
So number 9 is avocado toast. There was a phase where avocado toast was running the world. Like if avocado toast would have run for political office, people would have voted. I never really got on board with like it being the greatest thing. I love avocados. I love toast. I've done it together. They're great, but it's not something that ruled my life. And I feel
Yeah,
like that is more of the millennials closer to Gen Z.
yeah,
So that so that's on them. That's not us millennials or elder millennials.
yeah. If someone makes me avocado toast, it's delicious and I'll take it. If it's on a menu and I don't want a pancake, I will order it. I don't eat eggs, so a lot of people put an egg in avocado. No, thank you. So I'm here. Yeah, I think the obsession with avocados was a little cringy if I'm honest. I love an avocado, but I
Yeah.
do kind of agree that the obsession with avocados, i.e., avocado toast, falls into that. Was a little cringy. I get it.
This next one hurts.
Oh God,
Like I might shed a tear just talking about it. So please be patient. Boomerang videos.
how
Number
dare
8.
they? How dare I have to believe whoever made this list is rogue, and that's not really cringy. Because the amount of boomerangs we have taken with a cocktail,
I mean, a
priceless.
boomerang video allowed me to be a ballerina for 30 seconds.
I have 6 videos on my phone right now of you being a ballerina on a boomerang. Here, let's boomerang our drinks right now. Ready?
Okay.
Get 1, 2.
I love a boomerang video. I'm like devastated
So,
that this is on the list.
do you remember the boomerang we took in Germany with Angela? The 3 of us in front of the mountains? It's by far my favorite thing when she's doing like a cartwheel roll.
Yes.
It's one of my
I
favorites.
love a good boomerang.
Same.
Okay,
Not
so number
cringy.
7 on the list is gray interior home decor.
Cringy. I agree. Hardcore
I
agree.
agree.
Even though
And
I've
I
had
said
it
this.
and have yes.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't call it cringy, but incorporating this like farmhouse in the industrial designs, like I think it looks nice. But when I walk into like these all gray or all white homes and kitchens specifically, I feel like I am walking into a hospital and like everything has to be sterile, everything's bleached, and it just doesn't feel like lived in. I do love that it
Yeah.
provides like a bright environment, but everything looks the same.
Everything. Yeah, I have had all gray walls, so I get it. If you still have an all gray house, good for you. Don't change it. I think the reason we went through everything all gray walls, all gray interior was because we grew up with like crazy loud prints, wild, like from our parents or our grandparents. Everyone had like the barns and trees, couch cushions, and there was just so much stuff everywhere and so
Mhm.
many colors and patterns to look at that we were just when we became adults, we were like, "How about just plain? How about we just make everything gray?" So I get it for the time being, but can see where it's cringy. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I would argue that, okay, and some of the things that came up when I was pulling this list together said that it lacks individuality, but everyone thinks that their farmhouse decor is the best. And Joanna Gaines has this huge following. She does these beautiful homes, but they all look the same. And I
Yeah.
think when like DIY became so popular and people wanted to start redoing their houses, like we just wanted to do things to say that we did it, but we didn't really have a vision. So then we're like, okay, I'm just going to take this room by design and slap it up into my house. And
Yeah.
so it does lack individuality because they all look the same. There are some houses that I believe that it looks really great and it fits, but like there's other homes that you have this very traditional looking house and then all of a sudden you have this like gray and white sterile kitchen
Mhm.
that you walk
Yeah.
into and it just doesn't fit. So I think it was a way for people to like say that they were doing it, but not really have to put any individuality into it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's next?
The next one, this might hurt you a little bit.
Oh god.
The focus on certain pop culture. So it's not everything, but the top ones that were listed were around The Office, Friends, and Harry Potter.
You can go F yourselves with that nonsense. Get out of here.
And it's
Get out of here.
so it says that the younger generations perceive this focus on pop culture as a connection to the past.
No, it's because we have crippling anxiety and we like to watch the same stuff and repeat the same lines because it gives us some calmness in our life. Get out of here.
I
These kids
think
that
that
grow
the
up with the streaming that have access to everything on demand don't understand what it was like to be obsessed and have DVDs and watch it in real time. So get out of here. I'm not buying it. Bye.
the
Bye.
younger millennials don't know what it's like to work in an office and have
There.
all of these personalities. We have
Yeah.
on The Office, we have witnessed all of these personalities in a
Yeah.
short time frame. And
Yes.
the show Friends, I would kill to live with my close friends on the same floor or sharing an apartment. And the apartment that Monica and Rachel lived in, to have that apartment in NYC, and that's the dream.
That's the dream.
So I just
And
think
yeah,
it's a connection to the past for sure. But
for sure.
I think that the kids that are saying that this is cringy have not experienced that, and so they don't know what nostalgia it brings.
Well, yeah, and for me, it's just funny. Today on TV and pop culture, everything is just a repeat of the past. It's some revamp. There's not original concepts anymore. Well, there are. There are very much original concepts, but they're not as often. Like I remember Friends being one of the first shows I watched that wasn't like focused on a woman wanting to be married constantly or not
Yeah,
to get like feminists on it, but it was like friends just being friends is the first time that I remember seeing like a guy and a girl that could literally just be friends. And I'm sure there's plenty of shows before it, but like it meant something. And you're right, The Office was just funny. It was just
yeah,
funny. There's so many one-liners. It was original. And Harry Potter, I'm not a Harry Potter girl, never read nor seen the books, but same thing. It was new. It was different. It had never been done before. So I'm not here for it. I feel personally attacked. And
yeah.
yeah, no, thank you. Next.
Okay, number 5 is self-deprecating humor. Um, and I agree with this one. That like self deprecation deprecation is it is very cringy because it does
Yeah.
feel like, are you pitching for a compliment? Are you asking for help? Are you trying to be funny? Like there's so much that could go into it. But where I disagree with this is the definition of self-deprecating humor here is referring to yourself as like a hot mess or trash or something like that. I don't agree with that because every person has a moment of being a hot mess, but that
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily that's not their identity, and that's not their personality trait. That is just like a moment in time.
Yeah, and it's a moment in time, and they're like, we again, growing up, I feel like a boomer having these conversations, and I'm here for it. I've never felt so good in my life being the generation that young kids make fun of. I feel seen. This is where I was meant to be. This being in my 40s is where I was meant to live my whole life. And but younger, when I remember being in school, you either if you got made fun of, you kept it to yourself or you learned to laugh at yourself. And that's where all of it came from. And I do stupid stuff all the time. It doesn't think that make me think that I think less of myself, but I fall. You've seen it. I fall downstairs. I stand on a curb, no alcohol, fall down. I have to be able to laugh at that because
Yes.
what else can you do? I can't control it. So I just make fun of myself for falling. Like I'm not trying to get anything out of it. It's just funny. It's just funny. It's
I
funny.
think yeah, it's a way that you can laugh at yourself and move forward. There is a line of where you're laughing at yourself to like move forward versus you believe that this is who you are. And I think that's where the
Yes.
difference comes from. And that's where it can be a little cringy. But
Yeah, but I don't think the
listen, I
majority
wish
of millennials believe it.
I wish that I could rid myself of all my hot mess moments, but we're not there yet.
There's
That
no
and
eraser big enough.
that technology has not been created.
The what's the movie where the aliens, they zapped your memory? It doesn't exist yet. So until that does, I can be a hot mess sometimes. It happens.
Yeah. Okay, so number 4 is using
Okay.
older slang.
Oh, get out of here. Get
Yeah,
out of here.
so some of the ones that were listed as, that make you feel
The
old
bomb.
is no, YOLO, ad yeah, adulting,
Yeah.
um, I can't even, saying on fleek, and this last one's weird, but doggo.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is, but, now if there was an old slang word that I could bring back, it would be doy. Instead of saying like, if you say something like "duh" takes the place of it, but
Do
doy
we?
is so much better. And there was a moment in
Forgot
time
about.
where I was in college and a friend of mine and I, we were like, "Let's try and bring back doy tonight." And we were saying it and we were giggling so much. But it just, like, that word makes me laugh. I
Yep.
think it's funny. I think that's what slang is
Yeah.
for, is to be funny. I think slang is used now like it's its own language. I
Yeah.
mean, kids these days are saying "hibbity toilet," and everyone has a different meaning for it.
Yeah. I think
Doy
that's every generation. But doy rings
doy,
true.
you know what it is.
Yep.
There are not a lot of different words for it.
I forgot that word existed, and I'm on board. I can get on board with that so fast. It's such a good world. It's such a
Is
good word.
there a '90s slang word that you would wanna bring back?
Oh, I still say, oh, I don't know. What do I say? I think it's hard to remember the slang that you used or do even still use because it's like such a part of your, I don't know. I'll get back to you. I can't think of any.
Okay.
Always good. I'm still like, I was never a fan of the bomb. Like, I wasn't that. So that wasn't it for me. YOLO, I still love YOLO. I'll always say that. Instead of I can't even, we always said I can't handle and shortened it to candle. So
Handle.
that's candle is still pretty strong in my language. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Okay. We'll come back to slang because I have
Mm,
some
slang.
slang of
Yeah,
current
good.
slang and how we compare it to ours. We
Okay,
can get into it
good.
now, or I can finish the top 10 list.
Let's finish top 10.
Okay. So number 3 is the use of emojis.
Well, emojis
And
didn't exist for so long. So when they came around, it was like groundbreaking.
yeah, but this is the specific type of emoji that you're using. So the typical like faces, like the crying laughing emoji, which I use on the regular.
It
But
was a
it's
lot
the
for me. It was a lot for me to go to from the regular one. Sorry to interrupt. It was a lot for me to go to the regular one to change to the sideways crying laughing face. That rocked my world for like a year.
oh,
So I already made one consensus.
I only use the sideways crying face because if I am laughing, my head is cocked to the side and there's probably a tear rolling out. But this is used more less of the traditional smiley face ones and more of like using the skulls or like cartoon ones. Now, some of the
Hmm,
slang that's used is like if somebody is laughing so hard they say like I'm dead. Sometimes I'll send the skeleton. I also love
for sure.
skeletons. Or
Love a
I'll send
skeleton.
the tombstone. So this one's tough to get behind because there are
Yeah.
new emojis always coming out. So it's like, of course, you're going to start using the new ones. But
Yeah.
listen, I don't have to conform every time something new comes out. So I'm comfortable in who I am. So I'm going to continue to use the face emojis.
I will use the red flamingo dance girl till the day I die. It describes
Yes.
every move. If I'm happy, dance girl. If I'm excited, dance girl. If I'm
Yes.
over something and I'm just ready to be like, I'm so over it, dance girl. Dance girl every single time. That's
To
it.
exit. Okay. So number 2 we talked about was the side parts and the skinny jeans. So
Mhm.
the number 1 on the top 10 millennial cringe list is called the millennial pause. Do you know what that refers to?
I've seen this.
Okay, so for those that don't know, this refers to the brief and awkward silence that many millennials have at the beginning of their videos or posts. It's a habit from earlier social media platforms that had a slight recording delay. So Gen Z is growing up and they're able to like instantly start recording. And so they find this pause to really identify your age. So
I
I'm
love it.
thinking that when you go to like an amusement park and somebody's there trying to guess your age, like, there's the people that say, like, guess your age, your weight. I would be, that might be my side gig. And I will hold up a phone and start recording and see how long they pause.
It's so true too, and I do it, and I don't have a shit to give about that pause. Don't care. Makes me it
There
I do it.
is there is one of my friends that goes on her page and is live, and every time there is this awkward pause, and I'm like, "Did my phone die did my phone freeze?" And it's just that now, I did not
Um,
know that this had a name to it. I didn't know it was called the millennial pause. I literally just thought it was my one friend pausing so long, and I'm like, "Did she forget that she was recording? Should she have edited this out?" I didn't know that it was a thing, but
yeah.
when the internet first came
Ugh.
around, I witnessed it. I was there.
Mhm.
We had to wait for the dial up to happen, and you
Yep,
had about 30 seconds to grab whatever you needed to be on the internet for that moment because
yep,
you only had a limited amount of time on the internet and you couldn't move your computer around. You were
yeah.
hardwired in. But the millennial pause, it really did give me a laugh because I did
Yeah.
not know that was a thing. But now thinking about it, I'm like, there are a lot of people that have this millennial pause, and I'm like, "Oh, that's what it is. I didn't know there was a
Yeah,
name."
yeah. I love that. That's great. What a good one to end on. That is so good, and it's true. So here's my
Yeah.
thoughts on the top 10 list and other things that could be cringy. Like I said, I was made for this moment in time. to be part of a generation that a younger generation mocks, thinks is old. Like, I love it so much. It makes me feel so good because I'm at the point in my life that I gave up on trends at least 10 years ago. I don't care about trends anymore, especially in the last 5 years. I don't care if what I'm wearing is on trend. I don't care if my hairstyle's on trend. I don't care if my makeup's on trend. We have seen enough trends and things come and go. I'm too old to learn a different way to talk. I am too old to change my dance face and my jeans. I will do slight changes, but I don't think I care about the cringe. I don't think I care I'm cringy. I don't think I care. I like wear it as like a badge of honor. Like this is my cringe badge.
Yes. I do not care if somebody thinks that I am cringy.
Mm-mm.
When trends came around when we were growing up, we didn't have the luxury of having the internet in our hand to see what outfit of the day should I
No.
have. We actually had original thoughts because
Yeah.
we couldn't source out different ideas of what to wear. It was, this is what the girl is wearing in the limited 2 catalog, and this is
Yeah.
what I'm gonna wear to school, and I'm gonna try and make it work.
Yeah.
We didn't
It's
have we couldn't outsource our ideas or bounce these things off of people, and the elder millennials walked so or sorry, the elder millennials crawled so that the younger millennials could do all of these things and make fun of us for it
yeah.
because we are who we are. We do not care what other people think, and that is the beauty of an elder millennial.
Oh my
We
God.
never grew up with like the instant gratification on the internet or the instant hate that we would have to shift something. It was, yo, this is how I am. I do wish that Instagram and social media would have been around when we were over plucking our eyebrows, but they weren't there. So we had to find out the hard way. And so here we are
Yes.
using lash serum to try and grow our brows back.
I don't even do that. I don't even care. And my
No.
brows have been skinny and I don't care. And it's not like one of those things that's like, I don't care. And I secretly do and try. I genuinely don't care about my eyebrows or a lot of things. I agree with you. I think so. Elder millennials, I think, are like the first 4 to 5 years, 81 to 84 or 5, I think is what they call that piece of it. Which is, did you remember it started as geriatric millennial? And it's like,
Yes.
get out of
Yes,
here.
I do.
Yeah. So elder millennials, I think I agree with you. That pocket of ages and time, we were and are the piece. We're not even like millennial or Gen X before us. Like that pocket is so important to our society. And let me tell you why. I to your point, we were the first to go to school and do our book reports out of encyclopedias. We did that and it shifted to being able to research things on the internet. In college, I didn't have a laptop. I still had to write my answers in blue books to answer it. I could research things on the internet, but I couldn't like do my work on the internet. So we were in this transition state to your point of instant access to information, which was still delayed, and then kind of that information generation. And then cell phones came out. And I remember having my first cell phone when I was a sophomore in college. I didn't start texting because it cost money and my dad paid for my cell phone plan. I didn't start texting until like 2007. So you
Yes.
called people, you had conversations. I'm not saying that's better or worse than texting. I don't think what we did in our generation is better and worse, but I think we were instrumental for the simple fact that we had to live in all of it. We had to grow up in a non instant information access way. And then we had to quickly adapt as we were starting our professional careers as in this technology space. I have worked in technology literally my entire career. And I remember my first company was installed software. It wasn't even SaaS. There was no software as a service or applications. You actually went on site and installed software. So we had to adapt to all of that. It, your point, we crawled so everybody else could run, skip, hop, and jump along. It's hard. It was hard. It's a hard transition, but I think it gave us some unique perspective that like there is no one generation that's better than the other. I think the generations before us were great. I think there are so many great things about the generations that are younger than us. They are conscious, they understand their actions, they have more self worth and individuality. I do believe that. So, somewhat. But I think they're so highly influenced on what everybody else is doing. I think they only consume information in fast sound bites, which I think can be detrimental to conscious thought or critical thinking. So I think we are such an important piece of the generation in the world today that if you were born between the years 1981 and 1985, we should be the people who run everything in this world. We like, we should be it. Who's the
Yeah.
CEO? Who's the president? Who's whatever? Only people born in those years should apply.
Yes. I agree. I was giving you the middle finger and thumb tap that I believe these days means you ate no crumbs or
Oh,
something like that.
this what the chicken dance.
Yes. Okay, to wrap up the millennial cringe, we've got a little game.
Mhm.
And it is a millennial versus Gen Z and what the slang means.
Okay.
Okay. So the game that we'll play is I will tell you the millennial slang word,
Okay. Okay.
and you tell me what you think Gen Z says now.
If I get it right, you take a sip. If I get it wrong, I'll take a sip.
Okay. So the millennial slang of vibes. What does Gen Z say today?
Vibes. Oh, I do think I know this one. Brain wiring out. Vibes. Sausage.
No, you drink. Gen Z says these days it's giving.
Yeah, it's giving. Yeah, I think I did know that one.
Here's the slang word we all know very well. If I say ghosting or to ghost somebody, what
Yeah.
does Gen Z call it?
Skedaddling.
Close. It should be. Gen Z calls it curve or curving.
What does that? I don't understand. Okay. I'm gonna be very bad at this. I'm glad it's the end of the day because yeah.
Um, Millennials say spill the tea. Gen Z says, and there's two things. There is one that they use to mind your business, and then there's another one related on when they want to spill the tea.
Spill the tea. I love a good cup of tea. I don't know. Spill the tea. Goss.
So Gen Z says if they have gossip, but they are just going to mind their own business, they are just going to sip the tea and let other people talk. Or if they're
Okay.
going to gossip, they just call it the tea. So they don't spill it,
Oh,
they
okay.
just say the tea.
This is the tea.
Okay, so what do
Okay.
you instead of saying somebody looks good, what does Gen Z say? If somebody says you look good, Gen Z
You look
says
good.
that you had a glow up or you ate and left no crumbs.
Ate no crumbs. Yeah. Yeah.
If a millennial says something that is for certain and this slang is for real or no lie, what does Gen Z call it?
No cap.
Exactly. I'll take a drink. I was thirsty.
Well, you're asking
Um,
grandma slang words. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, millennials call it their bae or their boo. What does Gen Z call it?
Bay or bill. The thing.
Drink again. They call it a snack or pookie. Are you
Spooky.
getting them? You got your grandma glasses on. Are you getting a perm later?
I
Okay,
gotta
and
watch
then
my stories after this.
yeah, okay, and then last one to wrap it up is when we millennials are talking about something that's mediocre or a letdown, we say bummer. What does Gen Z say?
Skibbity bop boop detox.
I think it could be close. I think skibbity toilet means that, but Gen Z says mid.
Mid, yeah.
Yeah.
The ones I like Delulu, sus. Um, yeah, those are some of the ones I know, but yeah, I didn't do very good on that. But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I have some parting thoughts on cringe. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Kids have fun making fun of us because at the end of the day, there's going to be the next generation that makes fun of you. Millennials, be confident and comfortable in who you are. If you are like Sarah and I, and you are like our friends, We just don't care anymore. We don't care. We just don't care. And it's not that we don't care about the things we should care about, but trends and things like that, no, thank you. And just do what makes you happy. So there are some things that I will learn as I get older and try to stay relevant to my niece and nephew. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want. So cringe or no cringe, I'm good with it.
Cringe or no cringe, I'm out here to YOLO.
Yo, YOLO, drinking some tea, boomeranging it up with my side part.
I mean, I feel like I might want to go do a boomerang right now.
This would be a good boomerang. What would your boomerang be?
I don't know what my boomerang would be, but I remember going on a trip with you, and there was not a single photo taken. It was all boomerangs from the moment
Yep,
we got there on a Thursday to the moment we left on Sunday. And it was all boomerangs,
all
different moves and
boomerangs.
all.
All boomerangs. Some had dogs, some had bartenders. We are inclusive when it comes to our boomerangs. If you are around us and we're boomeranging, you're invited into the boomerang.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really good sipping with everybody today. And that's another lap around the spiral, proving once again that life doesn't always make sense, but at least overthinking it with a drink feels like free therapy with your best friend. Until next time, keep sipping and keep spiraling. Cheers.
Cheers.